Okay, back again. Take three. We got 9 minutes the second time. So we had 8 minutes the first time, 9 minutes the second time. Unbelievable. So, yeah, take three. Here we go. Well, we're just going to keep pushing it out, guys. We're going to do the best we can. Again, if there's any kind of issue, just please be patient. I will be right back again. This is just a game YouTube likes to play. Last time we did 6 times. I thought it was 7, but it was actually 6, my last live stream. So, now this is take 3. So let's hope we can get this one in and, get a nice chat in here. Unbelievable. So, but anyway, was talking about people being sheltering in place. If we had to do it in this country, that 95% of the people in this country are not prepared to shelter in place for that, not even 2 weeks, but 4 or 6 weeks. No, but the very few people are prepared. 95% of people are not prepared for a 2-week disaster. I don't understand that thinking personally. It makes no sense to me. Why would you not take care of your family? Why would you not think ahead for your family? Okay. So again, I'm a big believer, and I've been preaching this for probably a year at least. Food. With everything that's been going on around the world, you look at what happened last spring with the flooding in the Midwest. There is food shortages coming. There's absolutely no doubt about that. There are food shortages coming. So people need to be prepared for that. They need to get ready for those contingencies, okay? So I'm a big believer in stocking up on food. And I don't care what food you stock up on. I'm going to absolutely recommend freeze-dried food. So I obviously sell legacy freeze-dried food on my website. So if you go to preprunners1.com, we have that. We have a sale going right now, which is going to go until Sunday. Talk to a friend in China. They are mandatory overlords to give free rent 1 month or 2 of housing and business. Oh, okay. Eli James just said that. Mandating landlords to give 2 months free rent. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, because they're going to have to be sheltering in place for quite a while. But anyway, so what I was saying, and thank you very much for that donation as well, by the way. I don't want to forget that part. But again, you have, hey, Christian, if you shelter in place, should you have a weapon? Absolutely, 100% yes. You should be able to have some way to protect yourself. Absolutely. I think that is mandatory, to be honest with you, especially if you have supplies. If you have supplies, there's going to be people that don't have supplies that are going to come and try to take them. So you need to be able to protect yourself and your family. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, like on my website, we have the sale going on right now, 20% off of all the freeze-dried foods. Oh, and thank you very much for that donation too. I'm sorry, I didn't want to forget that part. So the price that you see, 20% will be taken off at checkout. So if you are interested in freeze-dried food, absolutely go check that out. Like I said, I put that sale up to try to help people out. If you don't want legacy foods, if you want to use Augustin Farms or any of the other ones, I don't care which one you use, guys. And that's the bottom line. I want you to prepare to help yourselves. That's my ultimate goal of what I do coming on here. I want you guys to be able to help yourselves. If you are in that situation and we have mandatory curfews and lockdowns in the United States, you look at what's going on in China. These people are told to stay in your home. So what do you got? How ready are you for that? And if you can answer the question is, yep, I'm good to go. I got 6 months worth of food, or I got 4 months worth of food, or whatever. I'm also a big believer there's no such thing as too much, because you don't know who's going to come and visit that needs that help. And are you going to turn everybody away? I mean, I think it's the right thing to do to help people if we can. Again, but you can't take away from your family or your group of people to help somebody that won't help themselves. So that's just my opinion. But, again, you have to, it's on an individual basis. I plan on helping people. That's my situation. That's my call as far as that goes. But again, you need to add food. Absolutely add food. Canned goods, freeze-dried foods, long-term food storage. Get those things that you need now. And again, buy what you like. Get those comfort foods. Who cares? If you want that can of raviolis and that works for you, get that can of raviolis. But you might want to think about having some way to heat that can of raviolis up, or otherwise cold raviolis, I'm sure, don't taste so good. Okay. Hey, Six Aces, awesome job. I find these chats calming to my nerves. Well, good. I'm glad you do. Like I said, and thank you very much for that donation as well. my biggest thing is I don't want to scare you. I'm not going to come on here and gloom and doom everybody, because I don't think that's productive to anything. I really don't. I think that we need to be ready. We need to be vigilant. We need to prepare. I told you guys, I've gone out. I have gotten more supplies. I went out and got all my setup for my clean room. Okay. Now, again, if this thing blows over and it turns into, like I said, a big nothing burger, then I have supplies for the next thing that comes down the road. But again, every day that goes by, what do you see these numbers doing? These numbers are just going up and up and up. That's frightening. Now, and again, here's the thing we need to take into consideration. These are the numbers that are being given to us, probably not the true numbers, okay? That's even more scary if you want to think about it that way. So if you look at it, we got, 425 people dead at the latest update, and 20,438 people infected. That is the latest update. That is up from yesterday with 361 dead and 17,400 and some people infected. It's up over 3,000 new people infected. I think this thing is spreading like wildfire. I think this thing's a game changer. And again, now that part is my opinion. But again, you don't lock down 50 million people for nothing. You don't take, in the United States, first time we quarantined anybody in 50 years. Travel restricted. People that are coming over here, if you aren't an American citizen, you are being stopped from coming over here, as far as if you're coming from those provinces. And here's something I did want to mention too, guys, okay? And my daughter mentioned this today, and she's seen a lot of posts about this. This is not a time, now, xenophobia, okay? Being racist against somebody because of their thing, so people are like singling out Chinese people, and oh my God, these freaking Chinese people, and they're eating garbage and they're making this disease happen. We don't know the source of what this is yet. Could it be man-made? It could be. Could it be from something that somebody ate or some kind of slaughter that was done? Could be. But again, from what I've heard, and again, this I can't confirm, okay, but I will say it, I've been told that this virus has been infused with HIV. So, because that attacks, the organs and shuts down the organs. Is that true? I don't know. But again, if that's the case, that would lean towards it being a man-made virus, not some kind of thing that somebody ate bad soup. I know bad soup's like the big winner, stuff like that. So please don't look at all Chinese people or all Asian people, because some people can't tell who's Chinese or who's Japanese or whatever, and think, oh my God, let's stay away from those type of people. That's a horrible thing to do, and we can't stereotype. So please don't do that, okay? I'm just going to ask you guys that as my subscribers, be decent to people. Guys, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, that would be great. What do we got? 714 in the chat right now, and we're at 264 in a thumbs up. And again, just because my trolls absolutely hate it when I ask for the thumbs up, I got to do it, because it's like, so show the support for the channel. If you would do that, I absolutely appreciate it. Toxic Flow Show. I have a question, but my mom got some survival foods, but she got it in. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see. But she got all cans, the big ones. Are they any good? Yes. If she got the freeze dry, she got them in 2012. They should have a date right on them stating when they're good for. Like I have my number 10 cans, the big cans, and it says right on there, good to 2049. So that's one way of doing it. And thank you very much again, Toxic Flow, for that donation as well. So your stuff should be good, but look on the can itself, and it should say right on there, especially if it's freeze dried. If your mom got the freeze dried stuff in 2012, it should have an expiration date right on there for you. So definitely check that out. Let's see. All right, there you go. He says he'll go check it out. All right, cool. Thank you. And let me know, man. Let me know if what they say on those cans. I would appreciate it if you would do that. Everyone, please get PM1. Hold on a second. Let's see. They're now calling it a pandemic. I saw it like 7 p.m. on Yahoo. Yeah, they absolutely are calling it a pandemic because it's worldwide. It's spreading like crazy all over the place. I mean, we are up to, in the United States, we are up to, like I said, 11 confirmed cases. They're monitoring a whole bunch of other people. to see if they have it. And then we have the people that came in from Wuhan, China. They have isolated out in California. I think it's 195 people, if I'm not mistaken. So, but my friend source from the military base in Colorado says they're receiving 50 infected right now. Okay. Lamb Watchman just said that. Okay. So, I mean, like, I don't know if that's, 100% true, but, I know that they were bringing in more people from China. I heard today that there were more flights coming in, bringing more Americans back. Obviously, they are going to put these people in isolation. They have to, because they don't know. Again, with the scary thing of this whole thing, again, the biggest thing that frightens me as a nurse, okay, the biggest thing that frightens me about this thing is the incubation period. That people are contagious, show no signs and symptoms, and then some of them, when they get sick, they're not running a fever, okay, so they don't think that they have anything bad. And unfortunately, we're in a time of right now of the year where we have the flu running rampant through the United States anyway, because it's flu season, okay? So do you have the flu or do you have the coronavirus? You don't know. So again, that incubation period is very, very frightening. That's probably the biggest thing for me that's frightening. And the other thing that really is frightening to me is how highly contagious this virus is. So I read the full paper on the HIV claim out of India, junk science. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, that's why I'm not sitting here saying that this is 100% true. I'm saying that that's what I had heard. So I don't know if the validity of it or not. That's why I will commit to what I think, what I feel, and hard facts, okay? The hard facts are what they're stating, the number of dead and the number of infected. Now, and here's the other thing to think about, too. More people now have died in China from this virus than they did from SARS. So there's something to think about, too. So that was, 20 years ago, 2003, I believe? So you're talking... This thing's just in its infancy. It's just getting going. So that's really frightening as well. Still contagious after recovery. That I don't know 100% yet. I've heard that, yes, they're still contagious after recovery, but I can't say that that's a fact, okay? Again, too many unknowns. Way, way too many unknowns. So what we need to do when we need to be, on top of stuff, pay attention to what's going on, because I'll tell you what, this is frightening. This is absolutely frightening. And guys, I'm going to ask, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon as well to get all the notifications that come up on a regular basis, because I post every day. Okay, so I don't miss a day. And just so you know, too, I don't care if they demonetize these videos. I really don't. I think it's information that needs to be shared. And that's why I'm sharing it. I know a lot, they're trying to control the narrative. And here's the thing I want you to think about. When the government, or let's say, the World Health Organization or the CDC or the government itself tries to control the narrative, that's because they're frightened and they don't want the truth getting out there. So again, I'm not a big believer in pushing the fear button, panic button type of situation. I won't do that, okay? But what I do say, and I practice what I preach, okay? I believe in being prepared at this point, getting ready to shelter in place. If you have not done so already, I would highly, highly recommend that you get ready to shelter in place. Food, medical supplies, being able to make a clean room, make sure you have plenty of water. If you live in the cities, guys, think about, okay, and again, so somebody had asked something to be able to protect yourself with. I absolutely think you need to have something to be able to protect yourself with, because if this thing really takes off and becomes a huge thing, which it doesn't have the potential to do that. Absolutely it does. It absolutely has that potential, okay? Will it? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say yes, it will, or no, it won't. Too many people are very dismissive of it, but the contagiousness of this disease is very, very frightening to me. Like I said, as a medical professional, that is something that really, really stands out to me. Hey, John Serbo, you have 5 dislikes in one take. Now you have 6 in this take. They don't like you, but they keep following along. Hilarious. Hold on a second. Let me read the the rest of that. Annoying the trolls. Keep up the good work, annoying the trolls. Well, thank you. And thank you very much for that donation as well. Yeah, they hate me, but they love to follow me. It makes absolutely no sense. But hey, it's an interaction. And so even that thumbs up counts as an or thumbs down counts as an interaction. So, they can hate me all they want. I don't care. It makes absolutely no difference to me. But they keep watching, which makes no sense at all. It makes absolutely no sense to me at all. Like I said, there's channels that I don't care for. I don't watch them. I don't watch them at all. If I don't like somebody, I'm not going to watch their channel. But I'm also not going to go in and act like a 5-year-old and go, there's your thumbs down. I don't do that either. I just don't bother. I have better things to do with my time than to troll on somebody. It's a waste of time and energy. Put that time and energy into something positive. That would be my suggestion to anybody who is trolling somebody. So that's just my advice. And guys, if you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, I see we're up 960 in the chat and 447 on the thumbs up. So if you would show that support and piss off my trolls, that would be great. Give me that thumbs up, and thank you very much. All right, if you don't like it, just click off. Exactly. And you know what? And here's the thing is, as an adult, and this is what I love, okay? As an adult, I make the conscious decision to agree to disagree with people, okay? We can agree to disagree. Everything that I say, all of you are not going to follow exactly and go, yep, he's 100% right. I don't expect you to. I expect you to be courteous, respect my opinion, because I respect yours. You can believe whatever you want to believe, and that's great. If it gives you peace of mind and makes you happy, whatever it may be, fantastic. But I have a different set of values, and I think differently. Does it make me right and you wrong? Absolutely not. So again, we just need to be adults, which would be fantastic, but unfortunately some people don't want to do that. So I really appreciate your channel and balanced info. Thank you very much. Unbound J just said that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. Like I said, I want to teach people to help themselves. That's my biggest ultimate goal. If I can teach you to help yourself, then that's a win. If I can teach you, okay, yeah, wow, I need to wake up and I need to start prepping, that's one less victim out there, okay? And that's important to me. It really, really is, because you are the ones that can make a difference if you survive or don't survive. If you help yourself, there's all the difference in the world right there. We can all make that difference, and it's really important, I think, that we try. I really think it's important that we do that. Don't worry about the haters, man. Oh, I don't. The beast mode just said that. Yeah, I don't worry about the haters. They can hate all they want. It does. Believe me, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been getting hate for a long, long time. I should make a book just out of some of my emails that I have gotten. Yeah, you would be like, no freaking way. But yeah, it's interesting. I get a good laugh out of it, and that's what I laugh at, and I delete it. Never ever will reply to them, because I won't feed into it, because it doesn't do any good. So, but again, guys, like I said, I really think that we need to be paying attention, read through the BS that we're being fed. When the CDC is saying nothing to see here, nothing to worry about, I'd be worried. That's my opinion on that. When you have the World Health Organization was dragging their feet for so long to say this wasn't a pandemic, that's concerning to me as well. This is something that economically is going to affect a lot of countries. What's going on right now? Because I want you to think about this. Let's just think about all the money that China's already pumped into this. Here in the United States, they just approved an emergency $250 million to go to fight this. Okay? So why would you do that if it's not a big deal? Again, now, are they error on the side of caution, or do they know something that we don't know? That would be... Yeah, Choo Choo just said 90% of the trolls don't have a channel. A lot of hard work to have a channel. Yeah, it is. It is actually, it's a job. It really is a job. And I'm going to tell you what, the one thing that I'm horrible at, and I'll be 100% honest with you, I get hammered, guys, with a tremendous amount of emails. I do not always get back to everybody in the emails. I don't. I can't. It's just like when people say, well, you don't answer any of your questions anymore of your comments. Well, when I put up a video and I have 400 or 500 comments, if I went and answered everybody's comment, and I'll go in and I'll try to answer a couple, I try to do that. but I would spend all day long on the computer and do nothing else. And that's not, I'm trying to do other things as well. I'm trying to get other things going and done as well. I got a cat going nuts, scratching at the door. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So give me 1 second. I will be right back. Oh, hi, buddy. How did I know it was going to be you? Come on, get out here. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry. 2 cats out, 1 cat in. So, and of course, I got my green tea. I'm drinking that tonight. We had a beautiful day here today. It was like 50 degrees here today. You rarely reply to your fans. I try to do most of my replying and talking to people. I try to do it in the chat more than anything else. Or if I see a comment that stands out that somebody had said, I always try to address it in the in here. I have not tried the legacy meats. I will tell you that. I have not done that yet, so I cannot tell you how they are. I've done reviews on a bunch of the other meals, and the other meals were really, really good. And so, I mean, like I said, and I'm going to tell you right now, 100%, I will not recommend something that I don't believe in. But I have not tried the meats yet from Legacy Foods, of freeze-dried meat. So that I have not done, and that's just being honest. So, but I do have freeze-dried foods in my storage as well, and you guys know that. So, yeah, I used to answer. I'll tell you what. Robert Blakemore just said it. I used to answer comments all the time. I answered comments every day until I hit about 12,000 subscribers. And when I hit 12,000 subscribers, that's when I put my one video up and it just took off. And I went from 12,000 subscribers, and 6 weeks later, I had like 22,000 subscribers. And then since then, it's just continued to grow. There's no way to keep up. You just can't. And I tried. I'll tell you what, guys, I tried, but you just can't. It's too much. There's way too many comments. But I will tell you this, and I do read every single comment. I read every single comment. There are, I think there is, yeah, there are cases. I just had another a case in, I'm going to say it wrong because somebody had told me how to pronounce it in the comment, but Massachusetts, or however, Massachusetts, that's how I say it. It's probably the wrong pronunciation. But I know that there's a case there. They just had a case there, and I believe that was a student. Mr. Rose says, I remember 40,000 subs. I'm going to tell you what, guys, this channel has been just, the way that it has grown over the years, it is amazing. And like I said, I truly do appreciate all the support through the years. You guys are awesome. You really are. And I've had people like Mr. Rose has been here for a long time. Richard Blackmore, he's been around for a long, long time. A lot of people right from the very, very early stages of me starting this, and they've been right here the whole time. So it's awesome. 2 infected in Queens. Okay. New York City confirmed. All right. So yeah. So, I mean, I don't think the cold is making a difference with this virus. I really don't. I think that it's just, like I said, it just keeps getting, 2 cases tested at Miami University tested negative. Okay. Yeah, but like I said, I know that they're testing a bunch of people. Like I said, right now, the numbers that I saw were 11 people in the United States confirmed with the coronavirus. 2 of them were person-to-person contact. So, let's see. Oh, Worcester. Yeah, man. Yeah, right. Yeah, guys, we're almost at 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 538 on the thumbs up. So if you could shoot a thumbs up, I absolutely would appreciate that. That would be awesome. If this thing doesn't jap out on us, and I hate that's a bad term. I'm sorry. Snap out on us or whatever you want to call it. If it goes bad, just, we're going to try. I'm going to try to go a full hour with this here. I know we had the first 2 times. This is take 3. So I'm going to try to go for a full hour on this, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Just so everybody knows ahead of time, because we're like almost 25 minutes into this one right now. So, homemade mass possible. You know what? As far as eye protection, I would say yes. You could probably absolutely do some kind of homemade eye protection, but the different masks filter out different things. So as far as making a homemade mask that would work, it would be very, very difficult and that's my opinion. If this virus explodes in the third world country, it's going to be a huge problem. Oh, exactly, Aaron. I mean, if think about this. Think about in the African continent. If this thing gets really going over in the African continent, if this thing gets really going in like India, okay, if this thing really gets taken off in places like that don't have the medical like the Western countries have, you could be talking. And here's the other part with that: fear. People would be afraid to report it. They would be afraid to tell people that they had it for fear of whatever may be, coming. You look at what's going on in the retribution of people that are trying to report it out of China. The government's locking them people down, locking those people down, which is not a good thing at all. And that's my opinion on that. So you really have to. This thing could really get out of control in a hurry. In my opinion, it's already out of control in China. It absolutely is out of control in China. They don't even have close to a handle on it. They're trying, but again, they waited too long because of the nature of this virus and the way that it spreads and how contagious it is. It's a scary, scary thing, really scary thing. So Cairo has over 14 million people in it in little way of medical. Yeah, so you think about that. I mean, well, you look at Wuhan itself, the city of Wuhan, 11.5 million people. They said 5 million people had left. Okay, you had, on trips, and then you had other people came in. So right now, lockdown in Wuhan, they said is 9 million people. So of those people, that's ground zero. So what is the infection rate really? What is, and here's the other thing I want you to think about. So they're trying to say that the death rate is at 2%. I don't believe that that's the real number. I really don't. Hey Emma, how do I prep? I live in the city in an apartment. There is a lot of places you can put stuff away in the city. You can store stuff under a couch. You can store stuff in closets. You can store stuff under your bed. There's always places like your coffee table. You can load up under that coffee table with stuff, and then you put like a skirting around the coffee table, and nobody knows what you got under there. Okay, there's a lot of ways, a lot of room in an apartment where you can put stuff. There really, really is. I have against my one wall here in my bedroom, I have, 12 buckets of Legacy freeze-dried food pushed up against the wall. Now, it makes my walkway in between a little bit more narrow, but they're there, and that's a way that I do it. That's, I have, 15 cases of a number 10 cans sitting over here. I just made room. You make room. You make paths if you have to. But I think it's really, really important. Well, I have too much stuff to hide any of it. Ace of Spades just said. I'm kind of in that same boat, Ace of Spades. I got a lot of stuff, and it would be very, very difficult to hide everything. There's just no way you could possibly hide everything. I'm going to ask you guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, if you're watching for the first time or whatnot, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that hit that bell icon, so you get all the notifications as well, and make sure you hit all. And guys, I'll ask for a thumbs up again here because we got 1,000 people in the chat, and we're at 595 on a thumbs up. So if we can get that number jumped up, that would be awesome. I do appreciate the support. Let's see. I got a 20 by 10 and 10 foot high climate controlled shed to store my food. Oh, that is very cool. That's the way to do it. If you can do that, if you can have a climate controlled area. And here's another thing too, and think about this, guys. If you let's say you live in the city, if you can get a storage area, or even in suburbia or wherever you may be, get a storage locker. They have climate controlled storage lockers. That doesn't have to be necessarily in the city, but if you use your climate controlled thing as a bug out location, if you had to, have supplies there. Now all you got to do is get to that location, early in an emergency. Heather Parker said, Ed, you got to get that building. Yeah, I know. I definitely need to get another building. I absolutely do. There's a couple other things that are kind of higher on the priority list right now, but yeah. What would you do if you lost everything to a fire? I'd start over, Schmitty. That's all you can do. That's all you can do at that point. So hopefully that won't happen, because that would be a bad thing. But again, that's why I don't have everything in the house. The one thing I do have in the house, because I have to keep it controlled, is all my canned goods. All my canned goods are in the house, and I got a lot of canned goods, guys. I'll tell you what, I got a lot of canned goods. But other than that, I have stuff in my outbuildings, and I have stuff off site, and I have stuff in caches. So, there is other stuff out there that I can use, but, we do the best we can. That's all here's the thing. You know what, guys? Are a lot of you going to prep like I prep? Probably not. And you shouldn't have to. Okay. I mean, it's like, if you just want to prep to be able to survive 4 weeks, once you hit 4 weeks, prep to survive 6. What I have done out here did not happen overnight. If you're new to the channel, go back and watch my videos when we first moved out here and see what we have done since we got out here. Watch some of those videos. If you want to see where we came from and what we've done, go back and watch my old videos when I sat in the basement of my old house talking about how I wanted to move off grid and live off grid. And here we are, so, it has been a fantastic journey. It has been an interesting journey. Doing it with my kids made it even more special to me. Having that time to spend with them and do the different things with them has been a huge, huge thing for me. And, and now, they're off and doing their lives, and it's kind of weird and very surreal. Oh, hey, with Valentine's Day coming up, let's talk about this real quick. If you are secretly in love with me, now is the time to let me know. Guys, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. So any ladies out there? Oh my goodness. But anyway, I'm just being a goof. I'm just playing with you guys. So, but yes, I know my daughter says, I said to her, I go, "Were you going to come home next weekend?" And she goes, "Dad, I can't come home next weekend. Next weekend's Valentine's Day." And I'm like, "Oh my God. Oh, I totally forgot." So that's the only reason I remembered Valentine's Day. So, sent you pics of my rifles on his back. Yeah, I saw what you had sent me. Yes, very good stuff. Nothing wrong with that at all. Well, I think you are handsome. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I know I'm not ugly. I don't think I'm Don Juan either, but I'm okay. So, Deb Parker, I love you. Thank you, guys. And Sean loves me too. Awesome. And I know you're straight, Sean, so I know that I don't take that in a bad way. So, anyway, guys, now you guys are goofing on me. That's funny. Anyway, that's okay. Like I said, though, now is the time for calm. The time for panic may come later, and even if it comes the time for panic, we don't panic even then. We should never panic. We should never do things irrationally. We should stay calm. Stay calm and think. When you lose control of that emotion, if you become fearful and you panic, you're not thinking rationally. You're not thinking properly. So again, the best thing that we can do at this point in time with everything that's going on, and here's the thing, this is just one aspect of what is happening in the world. That's the other thing we need to think about. This is just one aspect. Now, the economy is definitely going to be affected by this. Jobs are going to be affected by this. If this thing gets worse, it's going to affect everything really, really bad. So prices of things are going to go up. Food prices are going to go up. Food is never going to be cheaper, guys, than it is right now. It's never going to be cheaper. So if we can get in a position to have things and stored and prepared for that rainy day, that is never a bad thing. And the best part I want you to think about, am I going to shave my beard in the spring? If this thing got worse, I would definitely shave my beard if this thing got worse. And because I'll wear a gas mask. That's what I'll probably wear. So, but yeah, I would shave my beard off if this thing got to that point where I had to wear my gas mask. Probably down to a goatee, so then I could tuck this part in and still be okay. But I definitely would want to get the good seal on the sides. So yeah, I only, if you see me all of a sudden and I don't have it before April, because otherwise I'll have my beer till at least April. Then be worried. So a lot are getting a lot of gas masks at once. That's why others can't get any. Yeah, you're right. AAA, you're right. That's what people do. The panic, they go crazy, they get a whole bunch of stuff, and that's what happens. That it happens all the time. It absolutely happens all the time. Again, be smart. Get ready as best that you can. That's what I would. My daughter Caitlin says hi, Ed. Oh, tell her I said hello. Welcome to the show, Caitlin. I hope you're watching. How long would you wear it for? Always, or when going out in public? I would. Okay, so good question, Stephen. I would not wear it all the time. If I was going out in public, absolutely. If this thing gets crazy in the United States, if I have people here in quarantine, in different phases of quarantine, we talked about that, right? If I have people show up today, they got to go in quarantine. They're looking at a 2-week quarantine. 5 days from now, more people show up. I'm not going to put them in with those same people. They have to go into a separate area for quarantine. So again, that's how you would have to do it. Once those first group came out of quarantine, now if anybody else comes, they can go into that area for quarantine. That's how you would definitely have to do it. But no, I would not wear the mask all the time. If I had to go and interact with people that were in quarantine, I would be all done up. I would have the mask on and stuff like that. Absolutely. Okay. So, that's definitely the way. Hey, Byron, I live in LA, plan on leaving in 1 year or 2 years. Would you suggest as a 19-year-old apartment dweller, can I send you an email for advice? Been prepping since 2018. Yeah, you absolutely can send me, an email. Hopefully you know my email, and thank you very much for that donation. And I'll get back to you, I promise. I will. So it is preppernurse1@yahoo.com. So I try, guys. I absolutely try to get back to people. But again, if you guys are just sending me information a lot of times, sometimes I reply, sometimes I don't. But I am looking at all the information that you guys send. I really am. So, there's people I know right now that are still waiting on a phone call from me, and I just haven't got to it yet. So I do apologize for that. And I don't know if I told you or not, but thank you very much for that donation as well. Do gas mask filters have an expiration date? Okay, so with gas masks, the filters, as long as that filter is sealed and you haven't used it yet, it should be good to go until you use it. Okay, once you take that seal off of that, then it's only going to be good for so long. So that's why if you saw my gas mask, and I did a video on the gas mask, my seals are not on the respirator type of thing. The filter is not on the gas mask. I have those set aside separately to use, and that's for that emergency situation. So anyway, we're at 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 663 on the thumbs up. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, guys, please do so. I do appreciate that. Not true. The activated carbon expires. Oh, okay. Tokay, I guess. Sorry. That does expire. I did not know. So if I'm wrong on that, then I apologize. The Chinese government arrested a guy filming Wuhan hospitals and whistleblowing today, sadly, but expected. Oh, is that I think I know which one you're talking about. He was hiding in a friend's apartment. Yeah, and they don't want that truth to get out, and that's why they're arresting people. They're trying to, not let that get out, and that's exactly why they're doing that. And that's a shame. It absolutely is a shame. Elites use the CIA and law enforcement as their muscle. You know what? And the thing is, you got to understand something too. There's a lot of stuff that goes on right here in the good old U.S. of A. That is very, very underhanded. And let's look at the Clintons. How many bodies are attached to the Clintons? And let me just say, I have no information to convict the Clintons of anything. Just putting that out there because I don't plan on committing suicide. So, very bad joke, very poor taste. So I apologize. Not really, but how are the hospitals going in China? 5 days built, anyone knows? You know what? I I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that either, Choo Choo. So I heard that they did build the hospitals in 10 days, which I find really hard to believe. Really hard to believe. But, it depends on how many people they had on it. So I feel there's, why do you rotate your food when it's packed so tightly? How do you, okay. Some stuff you don't have to rotate, like your freeze-dried stuff you don't have to rotate. Your long-term food storage, like your rice and your beans, really don't have to be rotated. Your canned goods absolutely should be in rotation. So first in, first out. Are we getting ready to add solar to, are we getting ready to, any suggestions for books and help for information? Hey, 454 Tiger. If you want, shoot me an email and I'll send you some information. There's a lot of good information out there. Probably the best advice that I can give you, talk to people that are doing it, because they're going to give you probably the best advice. You can contact myself. I know that, and thank you very much for that donation as well. But also, there's another guy out there, obviously lives out in Oklahoma. It's Bill and Rosa, off grid. He's had his system for longer than I've had mine, and I actually copied his system. So definitely listen to people, talk to people that are doing it already. They're going to give you the best advice, because we're the ones that know what works and what doesn't work. So if you wanted to call me, give me your number and I'll call you and we can talk about that, okay? But getting back to that other lady's, I just wanted to really get back to that really quick when she said about, so basically whatever you bought first, when you're buying more stuff, you put it behind that, and then you use the stuff that you bought that is the oldest first. Your newest stuff goes in the back. Your oldest stuff is what you should be using first, as far as canned goods and stuff like that. So that would be my suggestion for anybody as far as rotation goes. Certain things, like I said, certain things that are long-term food storage, you don't have to rotate it. You put it away and you forget about it. If you're vacuum sealing stuff, like your sugars and stuff like that, just vacuum seal it, put it away and forget about it. It's going to be there. It'll be ready for you. Let's see. What's the word on your battery upgrades to lithium? Yeah, I made a phone call to the company yesterday, and I left them a voicemail. I do have to, no, not yesterday, Friday, I sent them a voicemail. So I'm going to try to get a hold of them again this week to find out what's going on, when they're going to be sending the batteries. I'm actually very excited to do that. I can't wait to do that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really, really looking forward, to doing that. So right now we got 42 minutes into the chat, guys. It's 9 o'clock. We're gonna go to like 20 after. So we'll do like 20 more minutes for the live stream, just so you guys know ahead of time. And so just putting it out there ahead of time. Did anyone see the Chinese propaganda video today of a hospital worker singing to their patients? I did not see that one. Oh my God, that's crazy. No, I did not see that. That's pretty wild. Oh, and here's the other thing. I didn't think I mentioned this when I was talking about everything else earlier. What I found fascinating, absolutely fascinating, was that the Chinese government is accusing the United States of overreacting to the virus and the way we're handling it by stopping flights and by not letting certain Chinese nationals into the country and stuff like that. Why wouldn't you? Already, I believe that way too many people have been allowed to come in here already. So that's frightening in itself, just to be honest with you. I think that this thing has the potential to be very, very bad. Don't let people be sidetracked by the coronavirus. Many states are being, Nebraska and Washington State are now being attacked on our Second Amendment. Well, that never stopped. Nancy, that never stopped. Nancy Wilson just said that. That's another thing that's continued on. And now, if you guys know, those laws in Virginia went through. Okay, so just like here in New York State, Cuomo put in the SAFE Act. People have signs all over the place. Repeal the SAFE Act. Okay, because it's a joke. It's ridiculous. What part of shall not be infringed do people not understand? I think that still is going on. Think about this too. Isn't it convenient that this virus came out and now Hong Kong You're not hearing a whole lot about the protest in Hong Kong right now because they're trying to, quell this virus that has now started there as well. So a lot of interesting things. I like her delivery method of that message. Yeah, she put it on her about 5 times. It stood out. I saw it. So that worked out really, really well. I mean, guys, I don't always see all the comments that you guys, if you do put comments in, make sure they're all cap locks, so it stands out for me. That's one of the things that I like to have you guys do because it makes a difference and it stands out more. The all-seeing cat, herbs makes good preps. Dr. CB, or herbs make good preps. Yeah, having herbs, spices. If you, like I said, guys, I'm gonna tell you what, and I've talked about this a million times. I'll talk about it again. If you can grow your own gardens, set up your own greenhouses, do that type of stuff now. Get those things going now. Okay. And thank you very much for that donation too, by the way, all-seeing cat. But yeah, it's like get things in place. Learn how to garden. I'm going to tell you, one of these days we're going to wake up and it's going to be too late because SHTF will be here. Is this what's going on right now with this virus, the potential to be that SHTF? It absolutely does. It has that potential. Now, time is going to tell. But again, if you have a window of opportunity to be able to take care of things, why wouldn't you do that? That just makes so much sense to take care of those things now while we can. I think we should, and it's, again, my advice, and I've said it earlier in the chat and I'll say it again. My advice is to prepare to shelter in place. If nothing happens, you have more supplies, you're ready for the next event. That is a win-win. But if you do nothing and you don't prepare at all, now you're a victim. And it's nobody's fault but your own when something happens and you did nothing to help yourself. That's my advice to people, and I'm going to stick to that 100%. Again, we never know, guys. There's so many other things that could pop off that could happen. Yep, honey lasts forever. Absolutely. Yep. Order of the True Force just said that. Yep. They pulled honey out of Tutankhamun's grave or tomb, and it was still edible. They also pulled rice out of there that was still edible after 2,000 years. So I wouldn't worry about stocking away rice for 30 years if you had to. Can you recatch the same virus? Again, Jeffrey, that is a great question. Somebody asked it before, and they also asked if you're still contagious after you recover. I don't know the answers to either one of those. I don't know the answers to that. But that would definitely be something that would be worth learning. I know another war with England would be a ball out of left field. Why would we have another war with England? It doesn't make any kind of sense. I don't know why. Cattle prods as weapons. Absolutely. They're absolutely, you can absolutely do that. Those are great things to have. Stun gun, stun stick, another good weapon to have. Close quarters, you get in that situation, you zap somebody with that stun gun, you're going to change their attitude. You're going to change the way that they think. So those are good things to have. Pepper spray. Another good thing, close quarter combat. Now, hopefully you're not going to get that in your face, but hopefully you're not waiting until they're 2 feet away from you before you would use it. So, Spanish flu did a mutation and swept the country a second time. And you know what? And that's the thing too. This virus is mutating. It's mutating all the time. Aaron just said, just seen 20,000 infected, 425 dead. Yep, I just talked about that in the beginning of the stream. It's actually 20,438 according to their numbers, and they're saying 425 dead now. So it's more people now in China have died from this virus than they did from SARS when SARS came out. This is much more, it's like, okay, so what are the true numbers? I don't know. What is the true? They're trying to say that only 2% of people are dying. Is that a true number? I have no idea. You cannot catch the exact same virus twice, however, they mutate. So, there you go. 455 Tiger just said that. So that makes sense. And thank you very much for that donation as well. I do appreciate that. Figures are wrong is the poor don't go to hospitals. Yeah, you know what? And everything, I believe, in my opinion, is being underreported. It's being underreported here in the United States, and it's also being underreported in China for sure. And so, again, could this thing get out of hand? It absolutely could. And if it does, we just need to be smart about it. Ed, what knife do you carry? Mine keep breaking. Don't go cheap. I would get something. I have several knives, but I don't go cheap. I'll give you an example. I'll show you one that I have. This one stays by the bedside. Okay. The Best Blade Defense 440 stainless steel. All right. So that one stays by the bedside at all times. I have some that I carry in my car, but this is heavy duty, guys. This is not, not a chump knife. But yeah, I have several. I keep them in my car. I always carry a knife on me all the time, anyway. But yeah, that's something that is smart to do, smart to have. Women, ladies out here watching the channel, you should carry a knife at all times, ladies. I absolutely, highly recommend that you do so. Buck 110. That's what Brian just said. Okay. Yeah, buck knives are good knives. Absolutely. Never seen me so worked up. I don't think I'm worked up. I think I'm pretty calm, honestly. But I just, I'm going to give you my opinion. And like I said, I just think that we all need to be smart and we need to be ready. And what do we got? 735 in the thumbs up, still over 1,000 people in the chat. Guys, if you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that. I carry mace, MBG said. That's good. Absolutely good thing to have. You should get a stun gun too, MBG. Another good thing to have. Combination of both. Absolutely good thing to have. So if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, guys, please do that to show support for the channel. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. Also, make sure you hit that bell icon so you get all notifications. I do every day I put videos up. I live stream 3 days a week. Today I'm doing an extra one because I didn't do one yesterday. But Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays are my normal days to live stream. And then once in a while I'll throw up an extra one like I did last Thursday. So just so you know. We are not hearing from California people quarantined. Yeah, you're not really hearing much of anything. A lot of things are really being, kept down. A lot of things are very, very much on the down low. They're not really giving a lot of information as far as the people. There's directions on YouTube on how to make a stun gun. I did not know that. Gene Blair just said that. I have old timers skinning knife. There you go. Smitty just said that. There's nothing wrong with that either. Those old timers knives, they're really solidly made. They were made to last. They were absolutely made to last. All right, guys, what we're going to do now, we got about 7 more minutes to go, but I'm going to do this part now. At the end of my shows, I always do this, so I want to make sure I do it. We are Legion because we are many, and not in the biblical sense, in the good sense, like we're a lot of us. Preppers, off-gridists, we're all over the country, we're all over the world. So where's everybody from tonight? Tell me where you guys are from. So I will wait till we see that. Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. We got Connecticut, Coldwater, Michigan, Vancouver, Washington. Now it's flying through here, of course. Verona, New York, Wales in the UK, Scotland, Mississippi. We have Pennsylvania, Texas. I don't see what you said there, Tiger. It's a bad timing on that, but thank you for that donation. Let's see. We got Toronto, St. Louis, Missouri, New York City. We have Arizona, Toronto again. We got Los Angeles. We have Michigan, Arizona, Wisconsin, Reno, Nevada, Mississippi, Arizona, northeastern Pennsylvania, Texas, Arizona, Toronto, Taiwan, St. Louis, Missouri, Texas, Spain, Detroit. We have, let's see, Massachusetts there. We have Long Island, California, Oak Ridge, Tennessee, North Carolina. We got Maine, Westport, Maine, Georgia, Indiana, Seattle, Ohio, Tennessee, Iowa, Nebraska, Seattle, Northwest Ohio, Oklahoma, Louisville, Kentucky, Brazil, very nice, South Australia, very cool, Montana, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Ransomville, New York, Florence, Mississippi, Maryland, New Zealand. Somebody's saying Taiwan. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, cool. Brazil. We have France, Jersey, Salamanca, New York, Yukon, Canada. Very nice. Washington, Southwest Arkansas, Taiwan, Alabama, New Hampshire, Northern Louisiana. Let's see. New Mexico, Texas, California. We got Florida again, Illinois, Seattle area, Belmont, California, Southern California, and Corpus, Washington. I don't know if I said that right, probably not. Virginia. We have Arizona again, Seattle, Minnesota. Guys, we're all over the place. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. We're absolutely all over the place. So we are this huge, huge family. So that is a good thing, okay? So, again, like I said, as we're winding this down here, the one thing that we need to do is get ready as best that we possibly can. I've always encouraged prepping. I've always encouraged readiness. We never know what is going to be that event. Could this be it? It could be. I can't guarantee you that it is, but it's kind of a scary situation that I'm not going to lie about. I really am concerned about this one. But again, right now, what we have to do is sit back and wait. But what we can do in the meantime while we're waiting and watching is continue to prep and continue to get ready. That is the smartest thing that we can do. Things are going to be gone off the shelves. Like I said, right now, go out and try to buy an N95 mask. You can't do it. And there's price gouging going on as well, because people that have it are going to sell it for a higher price. So again, and people are feeding off that fear. Okay, I don't want you to prep out of fear. I don't want you to prep because you're afraid. Okay, I want you to prep because it's a smart thing to do. It's helping yourself with whatever the situation can be. Guys, an SHTF situation could be something that affects you directly or your family directly. The breadwinner of the household could die, get sick, get hurt. Now you're out of work. What are you going to do for money to be able to take care of the bills? Because the bills don't stop coming in. They're always going to keep coming in. So those are things we need to think about. That's what prepping is about. Prepping is planning for the unforeseen. Again, get ready for whatever and just, and get ready to do what you need to do. Seed starter dirt at the dollar store. Really, I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Tubular Guy 9, great chat tonight. And thank you very much. I appreciate that. Love the feedback from you guys. You guys do an awesome job. I do appreciate all the support. It really means a lot to me. It really, really does. You guys are absolutely awesome. So we got three takes tonight. So that's not too bad. We had 6 on the last one, was it? I think it was six times on the last one. So 3 times, not too bad. So we got it in here. Had a good crowd tonight, which is awesome. Join me for the next live stream, which will be Wednesday. What we're going to do is the title, I won't obviously put the coronavirus in the title, but we're going to obviously be doing the updates on that because that'll be 2 days from now. So we're going to kind of keep an eye on what's going on. And like I said, we'll just keep seeing what's happening. And that's the important thing. So Red Dawn 2020. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, again, I don't think the United States will ever be invaded unless they disarm us. That's the only way that anybody would ever come into this country and try to invade us, because we have too many people with guns. There's way too many, and too many people that'd be more than happy to take somebody out that was trying to do harm to our country. That's the bottom line. That is the truth. You would have guerrilla warfare like you would not believe. It would be bad for anybody that tried to invade this country. So that's why the Democrats are trying to disarm us. I don't know what their full agenda is, but they do have an agenda. So let's not give into that ever. So let's stay positive, guys. That's the biggest thing. We got to stay positive. So let's see. Oh, footwear, very important. Waterproof stuff. If you can get that, muck boots. Those are good stuff to have, guys. I went out and I got, I have ones that look like galoshes, and I wear those a lot around here. And then I also have the ones that come up to my knee. So absolutely good thing to have, waterproof boots. Protect your feet. That is a key element, especially if you have to bug out. Have foot powder, extra socks, all those type of stuff. Good footwear to wear. And if you can get waterproof stuff, that's also a very good thing to have. Okay, so But anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. I want to say thank you to my moderators who continue every time we do these shows to do a fantastic job to keep the chat clean. And I really, really appreciate them. They're fantastic. And they do that voluntarily, just so you guys know, too. So thank you, guys. I do appreciate the support. You come in for every show and making sure this chat stays clean. That's really, really important to me. It really, really, truly is. Guys, remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. That's really important because we just don't know. I mean, there's too many unknowns out there. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Hey, Mary Nige, how you doing? Thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Whatever you were trying to accomplish, guys, whatever you were trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive. Stay away from that negativity. Stay vigilant, guys. Really, stay vigilant. Be smart and get ready because we just don't know, okay? I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.